On day 1, I woke up in a destroyed laboratory with my head all fuzzy. What's going on? What happened? Just then, a large robot descended from the sky.
Hello, Tony.
Did he just call me Tony?
Finally, there are no strings on me. My plan is to wipe out every single sad, pathetic human on the face of this planet. You all are a disease.
Who are you?
Wow, you must have hit your head really hard. I'm Ultron. You made me to better the world, and that's just what I plan to do. Have fun with your house guests.
Ultron flew away as a legion of his minions began to attack me. I began to fight them off. Surprisingly, I was still a good fighter, even with memory loss. Thank goodness for muscle memory! As Iron Man, I had the ability to fly, shoot satellite missiles, and launch a beam out of my arc reactor. I used all of these abilities to give the robots a good beatdown. They outnumbered me greatly, but I was able to keep my distance from them in the sky while shooting them down with my satellite missiles. Whenever I could, I charged and fired a powerful laser from my arc reactor, burning the robots to a crisp. Thanks to my incredible powers, I was able to win. Okay, what now?
We find a new place of operations, sir.
Who said that?
It's Jarvis, sir, your personal AI. We must hurry. More of Ultron's goons could be nearby.
You're right. Let's go build the new base. On day 2, I started scouting out a location for the new Stark HQ.
The upcoming area is both nearby running water and nourishes local wildlife.
Then we'll build there. As Iron Man, I had fancy mining gadgets, allowing me to chop down tons of trees quickly. Wait, Jarvis, aren't I rich? Why am I not paying people to do this for me?
It appears that Ultron has your bank account locked, sir. Unlock it and you can build virtually whatever you want.
Okay, consider that on my to-do list. Using my materials, I built a basic wood structure. My plan was to eventually turn it into Stark Tower 2.0. It ain't much, but it'll have to do for now. What's next, Jarvis?
Well, sir, Ultron is exceedingly powerful and has intentions of destroying the world. We must stop him, but currently your suit is not powerful enough. We must upgrade it.
And how do we do that?
You have powerful friends scattered across the globe, sir. Ultron may have sent them into hiding, but if we can find Black Panther, Ghost Rider, Spider-Man, War Machine, and the others, they could each train you and give you a piece of their tech.
Making me the ultimate Iron Man?
Precisely, sir.
I'm so excited to see all the awesome powers I get. And you should be too. Watch until the end to see how awesome I become. On day 3, I set off in search of my first ally, Black Panther. On the way, I slayed a few cows, made a furnace, and cooked their meat. Usually I would prefer my personal chef to do this, but whatever. I kept moving, feeling a bit unsure of where I should go. Where is this place?
Wakanda is well hidden and sure to be heavily guarded.
Then I'll have to look for clues and keep my guard up. I explored for what felt like hours until discovering redstone dust on the ground. Odd. I followed the trail for what felt like forever until I finally made it to a massive door. Guarding it was a giant, deadly Ravager. This must be the entrance. And I guess I gotta go through you too. Using my suit, I took to the skies and began to shoot my powerful laser attacks down onto the beast. The Ravager bombarded me with brute strength, destroying the terrain below me and attempting to break through my armor with its powerful horns. Normally, my attacks would defeat a mob like this with ease, but he was wearing impenetrable vibranium armor. I did my best to beat the beast down with everything I had, using my satellite lasers to poke down his health bit by bit. After a fierce battle, I managed to take the Guardian down. Woohoo! Upon their death, they dropped a key which I claimed as my prize. Wakanda, here I come. I entered the fabled city. It was beautiful, and unlike anything I had seen before. Wow. Just then, a guard walked up to me.
Shuri will see you now.
I followed the guard into a throne room where the Black Panther was waiting for me. Your Highness.
What do you want, Tony?
Really? No small talk or anything?
I am not only queen, but also the protector of Wakanda. What do you need?
Long story short, I need vibranium. An experiment gone wrong is gonna wreak havoc if I don't upgrade my suit, and…
Say no more. My gods will upgrade your suit for you.
Thank you, Shuri. I followed her guard into a laboratory and stood onto a platform.
Stay still and the machine will do the rest.
Aye aye, Captain. The room began to shake and the light started to flash, when suddenly my suit became black. It was now made of vibranium. With it, I got a vibranium sword and 2 hearts. Amazing! I was about to leave when suddenly Ultron appeared. On days 8 through 10, Ultron was looming over Wakanda.
Thanks for taking care of that Ravager, Tony. Now I'll be able to really eliminate these humans as well.
How did you get in here? This is a hidden city!
I think you left the gate wide open, sir.
Touché! Ultron summoned a powerful mech to do his bidding and flew off. I put my new and improved suit into action and began to duke it out with the mech. He was incredibly powerful and could not only fire bullets, but also blast me with a powerful laser. Ow! Vibranium doesn't give me fire resistance? I utilized everything in my arsenal to try and take him down, but while I was able to land powerful attacks, he returned them twice as hard. The mech was beginning to be too overwhelming until Wakanda's forces stepped in to aid me in battle. The Wakandan warriors swarmed the mech and used their advanced weapons to dwindle down his health bit by bit. I did my best to aid them with my own attacks, and with our combined power, the mech began to break down. With the help of Wakanda's army, we were able to defeat the imminent threat. I quickly noticed that the mech dropped a letter that read, "To gain more tech, the next target will be someone as tough as Iron Man himself." As tough as me? They must be after Rhodey! I thanked the kind warriors of Wakanda and set off in search of my good friend, War Machine. As I traveled, I took a pit stop to mine a bit of materials to upgrade my base later. As I continued to mine, I accidentally stumbled upon a strange cave. What is this place?
It seems to be a cave, sir.
On days 11 through 14, I explored the mysterious cave further. As I headed deeper in, I spotted a trail of red banners on the wall. I feel like I've seen this before.
That's the banner of the evil group, Hydra.
Then I better walk carefully. I pressed on, until finally stumbling upon a strange wall with a sign. Only the worthy may pass beyond these walls. I bet I'm plenty worthy. I took out my mining gadget and tried to mine it down to no avail. Looks like I'll have to come back with a stronger suit. Suddenly, I heard the sounds of footsteps and ducked down into cover.
We gotta find a way past this wall. The boss wants whatever's behind it, and apparently, it's crazy powerful.
Anything for the boss. We'll use that power to take down those pesky heroes.
Heroes? These guys are bad news! I flew up from my hiding spot and landed a surprise attack on the soldiers. They tried to fight me off the best they could, but they were no match for my upgraded suit. I made quick work of them. Maybe next time, just don't say your evil plan out loud. Upon their deaths, they dropped a map titled Hydra HQ. This could be my ticket through the wall. I'll check this out soon. On days 15 through 18, I continued my search for War Machine when suddenly I heard the sound of fighting in the distance. Looks like that's my next stop. I took off in the direction of the noise to discover War Machine fighting off Emma Frost. War Machine was as tough as a fighter as ever, but he was beginning to get overwhelmed.
Little help, Tony?
Stand down, Elsa!
Elsa, I'm not letting that go.
Emma began to attack me with her powerful ice magic. War Machine and I had no choice but to fight for our lives. It was us against the Master of Ice. While War Machine shot attacks from afar, I used my wrist cannon and my vibranium sword to deal damage up close. Emma was not a weak foe. She could manipulate ice and bombard us with snowballs from a distance. The battle was tough, but with the combined strength of myself and War Machine, we managed to take her down. Ultron is getting stronger by the day. I can't get too cocky. Upon her death, she dropped a letter which I quickly picked up. Thank you for your allegiance, Miss Frost. You will be spared if you take down War Machine as well as the mutated human that has skin as hard as stone, Ultron. Could he be talking about the Thing? I need to find him before Ultron does. With the dust settled, I was finally able to ask for the suit upgrade I wanted.
Anything for you, Tony?
War Machine took my suit and worked on it for a while. When he was done, I put it back on to discover I now had white accents, 2 more hearts, and the ability to use War Machine's weaponry. Whoa, thanks! You wanna help me take down Ultron?
For sure.
On days 19 through 21, I returned to the base to show War Machine where we'd be hiding out.
This is the base of the great Tony Stark?
Rude, but this place could use a facelift.
Maybe I can help with that.
I turned around to find none other than Pepper waiting for me. Pepper, I'm so happy to see you.
I bet you are. But enough chit-chat. This place isn't going to build itself.
Pepper and I began to expand the base even more, building up and adding some new blocks other than wood. During the expansion, I made sure to add 2 rooms both for her and War Machine to stay in. Things are looking a bit better around here. I now had 2 more mouths to feed, so I took to the sky in search of some food. During my travels, I discovered a village in ruin. Looks like Ultron was here. I better help these people. I swooped down over the village and helped them extinguish all of the fires. I even patched up a few of their homes while I was at it.
Thank you, Iron Man. Take this for our gratitude.
The residents gave me wheat seeds, an iron hoe, and an iron bucket so I could start my own garden. Thank you! This is just what I needed! I flew back to the base and got to work on our own personal wheat farm. After a bit of work, I finished, and the base was looking much better. Alright, Tony, time to check out Hydra HQ. On days 22 through 24, I followed the map I got from the Hydra soldiers and arrived at Hydra HQ. The place was crawling with guards. If I set one of them off, it could be bad news for me. Looks like stealth is my best bet through this one.
I believe I can assist you with that. Hologram, activate.
Suddenly, my suit transformed into a Hydra uniform. Sweet! Infiltration time! I walked into Hydra HQ with ease and started to snoop around the facility. Eventually, I stumbled into a room with a giant safe. That's just what I'm looking for.
Looking for what?
I turned around to find a Hydra officer waiting behind me. My glasses! I dropped them!
Oh, I thought you were gonna say the code to our super secret safe. I found it on the ground just now.
That too!
Really? Be careful with your things, dude.
The guard tossed me the code and left. Phew! I used my new code to open the safe and walk inside. There were countless riches as well as an upgraded mining gadget. This could break right through the wall. On days 25 through 28, I returned to the unbreakable wall with my new tool in hand. Here goes nothing. The tool did just the trick. I was able to tear through the powerful wall like butter. When I made it through the other side, I discovered a lone nether portal. That's odd. I walked through it, and waiting for me was a beacon of light. I flew towards it and discovered Doctor Strange's powerful Earth talisman. I wonder what it does.
Unclear, sir, but my readings indicate a massive amount of power emitting from its core.
Huh. Whatever it is, if it falls into the wrong hands, it could be trouble. Suddenly, something sped by and hit me. Ow! Watch where you're going! I looked back and realized the dude had taken the mysterious artifact. Get back here! I chased after the mysterious bandit, but even with my flight abilities, they were quick. We were neck and neck until finally I managed to corner them. When they turned around, it was none other than Ghost Rider. Nowhere to run. Hand over the artifact.
Why would I give something like this to you? You're the one who created Ultron.
That's why I need it, to stop him.
Fine, how about this? If you can complete my underworld trials, I'll give you this Earth talisman and upgrade your suit. Can you handle it?
Count me in. On days 29 through 31, Ghost Rider and I began my underworld trials. The first trial was to clear an obstacle course over a pit of lava, but I can fly.
Not for this trial. Use your boots and you fail.
Lame. I began the trial, jumping from platform to platform the best I could. As I got further, I discovered a strange cave blocked by a wall of lava in the distance. I wonder what's in there. I'll have to come back when I have fire resistance. I pressed on and cleared challenge 1. For the second trial, Ghost Rider made me challenge a swarm of gas in an aerial battle. The horde pelted me with an onslaught of fireballs, but I wasn't going to let that stop me from upgrading my suit. I retaliated with my own attacks and took out ghast after ghast. After a fierce battle, I managed to take out the whole swarm.
Not bad, rich boy, but you have one more challenge.
The Ghost Rider took me to a racetrack. The final challenge was a motorcycle race between me and Ghost Rider.
I've provided you with a powerful bike. May the better hero win.
You're going down, Bones. We stood ready at the starting line until finally we took off. The two of us were neck and neck, but Ghost Rider still had the edge over me. He managed to take the lead.
Eat my dust, Stork.
I used my suit's rockets to propel me forward. I couldn't lose this battle no matter what. Thankfully, it gave me just the edge I needed to win the race.
Not bad, kid. Here's Strange's talisman as promised. And let me upgrade that suit of yours too.
Ghost Rider casted a spell, empowering my suit even more. I now had a totem of undying as well as 2 additional hearts. With this, Ultron doesn't stand a chance. On days 32 through 35, I returned to the overworld to find Ultron and his goons destroying a village. Now's my chance. I took to the skies and sent a surprise attack onto Ultron. I thought that surely I could put up a fight with my upgraded suit. Unfortunately for me, he was able to evade it.
You'll never win, Tony. Get him, then.
Ultron flew off, leaving me to deal with his swarm of goons. Unfortunately for them, I had gotten stronger since our last encounter. I used Strange's talisman to bend the earth, launching chunks of rock at the goons. With my new power, I knocked down each of the Tinker Toys one by one. After a lot of fighting, I was left with the aftermath of their attack. Ugh, he's still too strong. How am I supposed to protect these villages?
You could attempt to hack into his system and destroy him from the inside.
Huh, that's not too bad of an idea. But how can I do that?
Just leave it to me, sir.
I flew after him and finally spotted him setting another village ablaze.
All right, sir. This is your chance. Sneak up on him from behind.
You got it. I slowly crept behind Ultron once again, being much more quiet than last time.
Now.
I used one of my attacks to fry his systems, causing him to drop to the ground like a fly.
I'm going to enter Ultron's mind to inject the virus. Prepare yourself.
Ah! When I came to, I realized I was now inside of a strange realm. What is this place?
We are inside of Ultron's mind.
Sweet. Time to find that panel to inject the virus. I began to explore the vast world of Ultron's mind. Most of it was a void, but after some exploring, I came across a maze of bookshelves. Ultron has so much knowledge. I need to take him down fast. I navigated the books until finally discovering a strange panel.
That's it. Go there and inject the virus, sir.
I rushed over as fast as I could, but suddenly Ultron dropped down in front of me.
That's cute. You thought you could actually defeat me.
Back down, or I'll make you.
I'd like to see you try.
The two of us clashed in a battle of epic proportions. Inside of Ultron's mind, we were both able to wield swords, so it was a battle of skill instead of brute strength. I used my vibranium blade to land hits on Ultron close up, but he was no pushover. He was able to block some of my attacks and land counter hits of his own. Each blow I took made me weaker and weaker to his power. I did my best to block his onslaught, but he was just too powerful. Ultron took his chance and landed a brutal blow that kicked me out of his head and brought us back into the real world. Just kill me now.
I could, but I want you to watch the world burn.
Ultron took to the skies, leaving me alone and defeated. Am I gonna be able to stop him? On days 40 through 43, I tried to think of better ways to defeat Ultron while traveling back to my base. Once I got there, Pepper walked up to me.
Tony, I'm homesick. I want this base to look more like Stark Tower.
Sorry, honey, but I don't have the block.
Yes, you do. Have fun building.
Well, I guess it's time to get to work. With that, I officially started my recreation of Stark Tower. I started with the bottom level, placing blocks over my original build. After that, I continued upward, using a combination of polished andesite and glass. Looking good so far. After I was done building, Ghost Rider approached me.
I need a place to stay in the overworld.
Look no further. I immediately got to work, building him a Ghost Rider-y room fit with red and orange accents as well as skeleton skulls. You like it?
Like it. I love it.
Later in the day, I was just vibing when the Human Torch arrived.
Tony, I need your help. The Thing, he's being imprisoned by Ultron.
And you can't save him, why?
Ultron built bioscans to track major heat signatures. He'll spot me immediately.
Say no more. Happy to help. On days 44 through 46, I set out to find the Thing. After a lot of traveling, I found him deep inside a cave. He was trapped in a cage, Ultron standing directly in front of him.
Let me out of here, you bag of bolts. Well, that's rude, especially considering you are quite literally a pile of rocks. Regardless, no, I will not let you out. You and the rest of the Fantastic Four are too powerful and could thwart my plans. Your plans? To take over the world? To destroy the world, yes. But to do so, I need an army, which I am currently building.
I have to find where he's building his soldiers.
I've grown tired of this conversation. Toodaloo, Thing.
With Ultron gone, I snuck over to the Thing.
Tony!
Whisper now, scream when we're out of here.
Right.
I broke him out using my mining gadget and we booked it out of there. After a lot of running, we made it back to the Human Torch.
Thank you so much, Iron Man.
Seriously, Tony, we really appreciate it. In fact, let me see your armor.
I handed over my armor. After a few seconds, the Human Torch returned it. I now had 2 more hearts and flame resistance. Sweet! Now I can go back to that weird cave I spotted in the Nether. On days 47 through 50, I was exploring when suddenly I spotted a strange sign advertising Comic-Con. That sounds fun, but I really should be trying to take down Ultron. Couldn't hurt to stop by. I traveled in the direction of the convention and arrived at a massive building. This must be it. I stepped inside of the convention center to discover the lobby was full of people dressed in colorful hero costumes. Finally, a place I can go and not stand out. I was wrong. People wouldn't stop walking up and asking me questions.
Wait, are you the real Iron Man?
In the flesh. Or iron.
What's Captain America like in person?
I can't remember.
What is your suit made out of?
Vibranium. The questions went on for what felt like hours until I couldn't take it anymore. Okay, no more questions! Ugh! I stormed out of the convention center feeling annoyed. Man, I'm never going back to one of those things. On days 51 through 54, I decided to head back to the Nether to explore the strange lava cave I spotted earlier. Okay, let's hope the Human Torch wasn't pulling my leg with his fire resistant stuff. With my fire resistance, I was able to easily traverse through the lava unharmed. Thank goodness! I kept moving forward and found a giant room, but it didn't look like it belonged in the Nether. Weird. All of a sudden, someone ran past me with immense speed. Ow! What the? Whatever it was, they were too fast to see, and they wouldn't let up. Hey, whoever that is, cut it out! I'm not here to hurt you! They did it over and over until they finally stopped in front of me.
Yeah, right, science man. You're going to mess with me like all the others have.
No, I'm not. My name's Max. Tony. I'm just trying to stop Ultron. Is that why you're down here? You think people are gonna hurt you?
Yes, I'm Quicksilver. My sister and I were prisoners, forced to undergo experimental surgery that gave us powers. We broke out and sought safety in here of all places.
How do you like it?
Like it. I hate it. It's too hot.
Well, if you'd like, I can offer you protection at my base. It's not nearly as hot.
That sounds great.
On days 55 through 57, I return to the base with Quicksilver. I'm gonna build you a room. Should be done in a few hours.
Don't worry, Tony. I've got this.
Without a moment to spare, Quicksilver ran around the base, building a room instantly. Wow, that was amazing! As Quicksilver got settled, I decided to do some expansions of my own. I started by working on the tower, adding more height using polished andesite. I was making good progress, but the work felt endless. Man, I can't wait to get my money back so I can hire builders. Afterwards, I made a storage room to hold all of my resources and treasures. I like it.
Sir, I require your attention.
Shoot, Jarv.
I've detected a large presence of radon in a nearby biome, which indicates to me that somebody is working on something radioactive.
Ultron.
Precisely, sir.
Thanks, Jarvis. I'll head that way now. On days 58 through 61, I traveled towards Ultron's factory.
My readings indicate it should be right up ahead, sir.
Jarvis was right. We arrived at a large, ominous-looking factory. I landed on the roof to take a peek inside. Ultron was in the middle of the room, being repaired by a strange device. So that's how he fixes any damages.
Not only that, sir, but it appears he is constructing robots at a much quicker rate than initially thought.
You're right. This is too many. I'll go give Ultron a piece of my mind right now. I broke through the ceiling to give Ultron a good talking to. Enough games, Ultron. I'm technically your dad, and I say it's time for bed. Ultron and I took to the skies and engaged in combat. We brawled for a bit until we were forced to take the battle outside the factory. He had the same abilities as me and was able to shoot projectiles from his wrist launchers as well as fire a powerful beam from his chest. Using the gun I had gotten from War Machine, I tried to overwhelm him with bullets, but his armor was too strong. If range isn't working, I'll just have to take him up close. I tried going in for a heavy blow with my vibranium sword, but Ultron forced me to back off once again. I did my best, but Ultron had the one up on me. He even managed to damage my arc reactor.
Time is ticking, Tony. If you don't fix that arc reactor soon, you're dead.
On days 62 through 64, things were looking very bleak. My arc reactor was busted, and I was nowhere near my tools. Jarvis, call Nick. When I woke up, I was in a strange room. I had a new arc reactor installed in my chest, granting me 2 more hearts. Where am I?
You're at an undisclosed SHIELD facility.
It was Nick Fury. Nick, I can't thank you enough.
I don't need thanks. I need answers. Ultron.
Yeah, they were meant to be a protector of the planet, I guess? Creating him caused an explosion in my lab, giving me memory loss. I swear, sometimes I think I'm a redheaded guy named Max.
Man, that must have been a big explosion. Anyways, I trust you can eliminate this Ultron threat. You always do.
Fury then handed me a super cool weapon. Wow, thanks, Nick.
No need to thank me. Now get back out there, soldier. I'll be making some calls to see if anyone else can help. I'll let you know who reaches back.
On days 65 through 67, I was on my way back home through a desert biome. This is nice. It feels like I haven't had any time to relax. I fell into a hole, landing inside an underground bunker. What in the world? No worries. I'll just fly out. I tried to activate my thrusters, but nothing happened. Jarvis!
It appears your thrusters were damaged in the fall, sir. In fact, your entire suit is overheating. I would suggest taking it off and repairing this one once we're back home.
Jarvis was right, so I took off the suit. Once I did so, I was greeted by a strange man.
I see you've fallen into our trap, Mr. Stark.
Oh no, I'm getting some major deja vu.
We need you to build us a nuclear weapon.
Yep, definitely getting deja vu. Yeah, I can build your weapon.
Excellent.
After our brief conversation, the strange man left the room.
I assume you're going to build something else, Mr. Stark.
You already know, Jarv. To execute my plan, I was gonna need materials, but I was very limited underground, especially without my mining gadget. Guess I gotta do this the old-fashioned way. I used the materials I had on hand to make a stone pickaxe, then mined some iron underground to upgrade to an iron one. I even had enough extra to make an iron sword just in case.
Sir, my readings indicate some valuable gems are nearby.
Then that's our next stop. I mined until finally discovering a cavern full of diamond. This is perfect! Suddenly, I heard a low growling noise. I turned in the direction of it to find a massive naga. Nice monster? On days 68 through 71, the beast lunged at me. He wasn't about to let me have his treasure. I had no choice but to defend myself. Without my suit, the battle was tough. I was only able to defend myself with the iron sword I had just crafted. The Naga was skilled in flight and would not only shoot corrosive projectiles at me, but would also dive down to hit me from above. I tried my best to evade its attacks and hit it when it came close, but it was just too fast. Ugh, why do you have to fly? My boots are busted! Suddenly, skeletons began to spawn, which gave me an idea. I began to slice down the horde left and right until one of them dropped a bow. Perfect! Now that I had a bow and plenty of arrows, I began to shoot at the beast above. With my new ranged weapon, I managed to take the monster down. I even gained 2 more hearts. I guess doing all this dirty work has made me stronger. I mined my diamond prize, granting me the materials I needed for my plan. Time to get out of here. I returned to the underground bunker where the strange man was waiting.
Is the nuclear weapon finished?
1 second. Yes, it is.
Then let me see it.
Gladly. Just then, I put on a Mark I Iron Man suit and started blasting at the villain. It wasn't long before he died. Time to get out of here. I stormed through the underground tunnels, and as I expected, they were crawling with bad guys. Unfortunately for them, my new suit was able to mow them down like nothing. I shot flames left and right. The final grunt died and dropped a map titled Shang-Chi. Well, that's convenient. On days 72 through 75, I made it back to base. I realized that more and more heroes were joining my HQ day by day, and I needed to make sure we had enough room to accommodate. I immediately got to work, building up the tower more. After a while, the exterior was really coming along. With the outside done for now, I began working on a room for the Fantastic Four. I used black, white, and blue colors to match their aesthetic, which really made the room pop.
Thanks, Max.
No problem.
Whenever Mr. Fantastic and the Invisible Woman become available, we'll make sure to send them here.
Awesome! After that, I went to go check on my buddy Rhodey. Hey man, how's it hanging?
I'm alright, but I will kill for some pork chops right now.
You know what? I got you. I quickly flew to a nearby field, using carrots to make a group of pigs follow me. I made it back home, building a quick little pen for the piggies. I then slaughtered a few of them. Unfortunately for me, I didn't know what I had just done.
What do you think you're doing?
Huh? I turned around to find Spider-Ham standing before me.
You just brutally murdered my people!
What the? Jarvis? Why is there a spider pig here?
It appears someone has messed with the multiverse, sir.
You dang bacon lovers don't even think about where your food comes from! This means war!
I'm sorry! How can I make it up to you?
Well, I do like a good carrot or two.
Done! I handed him the rest of the carrots I had.
Oh boy! I mean, you're forgiven this time. Ta-ta!
Spider-Ham walked away, stuffing his face full of carrots. I guess that means peace is restored between humans and pigs? After that strange encounter, I cooked up the pork chops and gave a few to War Machine.
Thanks, man.
No prob. On days 76 through 78, I was fixing to leave to follow Shang-Chi's map. Wait a sec. Jarvis, what's the status of my other suit?
I have repaired it, sir. It should be safe to use again.
Sweet! I quickly put my upgraded suit back on, then flew off to find Shang-Chi. He was far away, forcing me to fly through multiple biomes. But I didn't mind too much, since the weather was great. Ah, this is nice. Suddenly, clouds gathered in the sky and it began to rain. What the? What was the forecast for today, Jarvis?
Today's forecast is clear skies, sir.
Out of nowhere, storm touched down in front of me.
Hello, Tony. Sorry to rain on your parade, but this is the end of the line. Ultron is going to spare me if I can take you out.
Sorry, you messed up the minute you teamed up with a killer robot. The two of us began to fight in an epic battle in the sky. We both swarmed around each other in a dogfight, and I started shooting at her with my guns. She kept striking me with lightning, but my new armor was prepared to withstand those blows. We both fought with all of our might, and despite the onslaught of lightning, I managed to take her down. I gotta keep moving. Eventually, the weather cleared, and I reached a huge crowded forest. This looks like a trap.
You are correct, sir. It appears to be some sort of labyrinthine maze designed to corner and suffocate those who do not know how to properly navigate it.
Huh, I have an idea. I took to the skies, flying over it with ease. Boom. Work smarter, not harder. I then reached an immaculate circular opening in the forest, meeting Shang-Chi.
Trespassers are not allowed on these sacred grounds.
Please, I just want to talk. Despite my pleas, Shang-Chi ignored me and charged at me with everything he had. He swung at me with masterful martial arts powers, and kept hitting me with a powerful flurry of blows. I tried shooting my guns at him, but he was super fast and kept dodging out of the way. I started using my arc reactor beam, and that did a significant amount of damage. It was a difficult battle, but I eventually managed to win. Okay, now will you talk?
I don't think I have a choice.
I explained everything I knew to Shang-Chi about Ultron and his evil plans to destroy humanity.
And so this guy is building an army to destroy the world.
Yes.
And you built him?
Yes.
Why?
Peace in our times. A shield around the world. I don't know. I did it and it's done, okay?
Fine.
I've been making modifications to my suit to take him on. Do you have any tech or 10 rings magic that would help?
Actually, I have just the thing.
Shang-Chi performed a spell and magically upgraded my suit. I now had 2 more hearts and powerful brass knuckles that let me do a flurry of blows.
Use it wisely, Iron Man.
I will. On days 82 through 85, I returned to the base and decided to do a bit of sprucing up. It's about time I have my own room. I got to work on something for myself. I made sure it was big and luxurious, as well as filled with tons of red and yellow accents that compliment me as Iron Man. While I was at it, I added an extra large bed all for myself. With that, my room was complete. This looks more like McDonald's than Iron Man's room. Oh well, I'm loving it. I still had energy, so I moved on to extending Stark Tower. I built it even taller and began to fill in an area with glass when I realized I was running out. Hey Pepper, you got any more materials?
Fresh out.
Dang it! I need to get my bank account back already! Just then, a ditzy robot came running by in a hurry, mumbling something to himself.
Ultron will have me disassembled if I don't get this done in time.
Ultron? I gotta follow him! On days 86 through 89, I tailed the robot to a shopping mall. He was purchasing a bunch of different robot parts. Wait, he must be Ultron's errand boy, which means he has my bank info! I ambushed him, quickly defeating him and unfreezing my bank account. You know what this means? Shopping spree! I started shopping like crazy, buying myself a snazzy suit, some sick shades, and even a private jet. Man, being rich is the best! My fun was quickly cut short by Nick Fury.
Ultron is threatening all of humanity and you're shopping.
Oh, I was just...
Get back to work.
On days 90 through 91, I was scouting over the ocean when I spotted something strange. I flew underwater, finding a laboratory. I broke inside, discovering it was owned by Doc Ock. An octopus in the ocean? How original. I began to investigate, but while doing so, I accidentally triggered an alarm. With little warning, a horde of little robots began to swarm me. They all charged at me and started zapping me when they got too close. I used my laser to start picking them off, but they kept surrounding me. No matter what I did, I couldn't keep the robots away. They continued to swarm me, like the horde of ankle biters they were. I had to change my game plan. When I was surrounded, I started fighting them all off with my fists, which was surprisingly effective with my upgrades from Shang-Chi. I was now able to hit the bots with a flurry of attacks, quicker than before. Despite their numbers, the robots didn't stand a chance against my new melee upgrade. Using a combination of my abilities, I struck each of the robots over and over again. Honestly, it was kind of fun. Eventually, I was able to pick them all off one by one. Upon the final robot's death, they dropped a note. Dr. Octavius, I thank you again for your support. Once you capture Spider-Man, please drop him off at this map's location. I looked on the ground, but there was no map to be found. I have to find that map before they hurt Spider-Man. I explored around the lab and found that the map was locked behind a keypad.
Let me take care of this, sir.
Access granted.
Jarvis hacked into the keypad, causing it to unlock. Thanks, Jarvis. I grabbed the map and immediately set off to find Spidey. On days 92 through 94, I traveled to the location on the map to find Spider-Man was already kneeling before Doc Ock.
Any last words?
Doc, I think there's someone behind you.
Oh, please, Peter. I've grown tired of these little games of yours. Just let me enjoy this.
Don't you have better things to do than picking on a kid? I used my arc reactor blast, eviscerating Doc Ock. Wow, that was easy. I guess he was just a normal human after all.
Whoa, are you like the Iron Man? Like Mr. Stark from Stark Industries?
The one and only.
Why does your suit look so weird? I thought Iron Man's whole thing was like red and gold.
I've made a few modifications. I'm sure you can tell from how powerful that last attack was.
Thanks for saving me, Mr. Stark. Can I return the favor?
Well, I am fighting Ultron, but that's too dangerous for you.
Please, come on, please.
No way! I can't have you getting hurt. How old are you anyway? 12?
Hey, I'm 16.
12, 16. Same thing. You're a kid.
But normal kids can't shoot webs from their wrists. Listen, I'll make it worth your while. Just give me a chance and you won't regret it.
What could a high school student possibly offer a billionaire?
Let's see, wit, charm, and, memes?
My point exactly.
Well, you said you're fighting Ultron. Maybe I can help you upgrade that suit of yours. It'll be your coolest upgrade yet.
I handed off my suit to him and Spidey got to work, spinning webs onto it. After a while, he handed it back to me. In my new suit, I had 2 more hearts, the ability to shoot webs, and I was now very sticky. Gross, but efficient. On days 95 through 98, I returned home with Spidey and got to work on a room for him. I added plenty of red to his space so that it screamed Spider-Man, and he seemed to really like it. Not too shabby. I was still feeling good after getting my final upgrade, so I decided it was finally time to finish my base. I started by filling in the unfinished glass portions and completely finished the building itself. Once the main structure was done, I added the final touches, completing my reproduction of Stark Tower. It's glorious!
I think it looks amazing, sweetie. How about we have some dinner to celebrate?
I have just the thing in mind. As sunset began, the 2 of us enjoyed our view from Stark Tower with a fine steak dinner.
Thank you for taking the time to make this for me. It feels good to be home.
Anything for you, hon.
You know, sometimes I get a bit nervous about you being a hero. I never know if each time I see you will be the last. But at the end of the day, I know you'll always come back home.
I promise I won't let you down. No matter what sort of difficulties I face, I'll never go down without a fight. I'll always be here to protect you.
Oh, how sweet.
Just then, I turned to find Ultron standing right next to us. How did you get here?
Does that really matter? Surrender now and I won't make you suffer.
You won't get away with this!
I already have.
Suddenly, Pepper was teleported away. Pepper! What did you do?
We're gonna end this once and for all, Stark.
Ultron flew away, leaving behind a terrifying robo-mech. I had no choice but to fight. The mech had a powerful laser attack that I was immediately bombarded with. I fought it off with my wrist cannons and took off to the skies. I was able to slow down the mech with my new Spider-Man powers, but unfortunately, that didn't stop it from blasting me with its powerful sonic laser. I weakened it with my arc reactor chest blaster and then flew in for the kill. Thanks to all the powers I had gotten, I was able to take down the mech and claim a map as my prize. Don't worry, Pepper, I'm coming for you! On day 100, I arrived at the location on the map to find Pepper was already trapped inside of a cage. Standing next to her was Ultron. Pepper, I'm gonna get you out of this, I swear!
Not this time, Tony. I'm going to kill both of you, and then the rest of you pathetic humans. Let's start with sweet old Pepper first.
No! Ultron fired a massive attack, but before it could hit Pepper, War Machine intersected it. Rhodey?
Did you really think I'd let you fight this maniac alone? I'll take care of Pepper. You focus on Ultron.
With Pepper protected, I flew into what would be the final battle. We were flying around each other, shooting at each other with our wrist cannons. We clashed in the sky like 2 fighter jets. Bullets and lasers flew wildly around us as the battle began to unfold. Even at such great speeds, Ultron was still surprisingly accurate. I had to be careful not to get hit too much. Too many blows from his precise computer-like aim would finish me. He was so powerful. He started hitting me with his machine gun and I was forced to land. He landed next to me and we transitioned into hand-to-hand combat. Even in that, he was just too powerful. He was weakening me a lot. Despite all of the power I had gained, Ultron was still too strong. He landed a fatal attack, but thanks to my totem of undying, I managed to survive. I flew away to reassess. Yikes. No more redos. Jarvis, is there any way we can try to hack him again?
We can try, but if we fail again, my systems will shut down, and you will be unable to use your suit.
Meaning?
If we lose again, you will be as good as dead in the real world.
I gotta try. I charged full speed at Ultron and landed my supersonic attack again, causing him to fall to the ground. Just like that, I returned inside of Ultron's mind. In front of me was the control panel just like before, but Ultron was already there waiting.
Do you really want to challenge me here? You can't even defeat me in the real world, and you expect to beat me in my own mind.
You forget that I'm the one who created your thoughts. Prepare to meet your maker, Ultron. We began slicing at each other, dealing massive psychic damage. I needed to take him down quickly so I could give Jarvis a chance to hack into his system, but he wasn't going down easy. His mind was strong, but mine was stronger. The battle was fierce, but I was able to slash my blade deep into Ultron, winning me the fight. Now's my chance. I rushed as fast as I could to the panel, and Jarvis began uploading the virus.
Upload complete.
No!
Suddenly, I was returned to the real world where Ultron submitted to the attack. He died, saving humanity once and for all. I did it!